Good evening, Dr. Joshua. It's Monday, Vanette. This week is week 7. It's regarding cultural competency. And the first question is about to describe an instance where there was a lack of cultural competency. I remember working at this hospital where I had, one night I had this Japanese patient who doesn't speak English at all. And it was kind of difficult to communicate with her. I had to call the translator line, and finally, the translator who was translating, for me, it seemed like, I don't know, find out later on that, in Japan, they have, different, not only, they speak, one language, but, they have a different dialects. So, it seemed like every time I was trying to ask a question, or the patient will answer me, and it seemed like I see some frustration. I really didn't understand, didn't know what was happening. And finally, like from gesture, after the translator hang up, and to find out the patient, it seemed like she then translate, like word to word, and whatever the what I was trying to explain, to asking her to ask the patient for me, stuff like that. And I feel really bad. And apparently the patient feels like she wasn't getting the appropriate care because of her language barrier. So I learned a lot about that. What I did afterward, I had to call back the translator, and the translator line, and requesting, the same translator I had before, so I can explain to her that, it seemed like, the patient was frustrated, and I want to know why. And that was the reason, because, so many things, were not translated, appropriately. So I feel like the only way I can improve my skill is learn about, some cultures and how to deal with them. Because if I then watch over, my patient facial expression, I won't find out, what was wrong with her. And since then, what I did to correct the problem was to check on her frequently, and try, to make sure everything, it's okay. She has everything, within reach, and whatever, and I try to explain to her, like, using gesture. And I asked her if she wants, to me to call the language but line again. If feel free to request that if she has any other questions, stuff like that. And to improve my culture, my this area, like, or the cultural competency. So I try to learn as much as possible, about, different culture. And also, not only that, and I did some research, like, in culture. Whenever I have a patient from a different, culture, I try to learn. I did some research to try to learn as much as possible. Thank you. See you next time.